I mean, I'd like to get that new OLED TV, but I don't know. Am I gonna get burning?
If everyone says you will, you will.
So are OLED TVs still a risk? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So smack a like on this video and let's dive right in without wasting your time. No, they're not still a risk. And I will tell you why I say that and provide some examples. So again, just stay tuned and let me explain. So for the longest time, everyone's biggest fear the moment you mention OLED is, well, I would love to have a TV with inky deep blacks. Who wouldn't? And the color on QD OLEDs even, amazing, fantastic. But there is one issue, burn-in. And terrified people everywhere on, I don't care if you own an OLED or if you don't own an OLED, exist. People are still concerned, well, I've got to baby it, I got to be careful with it. I'm here to tell you right now that while it is still something that you have the possibility of getting, right, like in the realm of all the infinite number of possibilities that can happen in the world, it is possible. Is it probable? Not really. And I'll tell you why. I have been using the A8G Bravia OLED from 2019, the LG C1 from, 2020. I've been using the S95B, the S90D, the S95D, and I have not seen a glimmer of burn-in on either of those TVs, not even my oldest one. What you do get, as I've mentioned in a prior video, is dead pixels. That is something nobody seems to talk about when they talk about burn-in. The heat tends to wear out those pixels and they just go out. That's very real. Aside from that, though, that can happen on every TV, so now your odds of really like losing something are very low. And it's not like a personal opinion. Artings have done tests on this. You have a bunch of other independent outlets as well doing their own OLED burn-in tests, and every single time it comes back at the same thing. But don't just take that, because of course that's just too limited. It's only the mainstream guys saying it. Well, also look at the fact that out of every single OLED purchased over the last 5 years even, how many burn-in cases can you find on the internet? And screenshots on Reddit forums, not very many at all, because it's not really a widespread issue. A lot of people have over-dramatized it because of two reasons. One, they are afraid of it truly, and they just don't want the risk to be there. So that alone is enough for them to run from it. There are people that are like that. But then the other aspect of people are they just don't like OLED technology. They think it's whatever in their head, work it up as some boogeyman, and have to put it down so that people run away and buy something else. I'm here to tell you, Quantum.OLED specifically, the real deal. Like, they're, call it a wrap. Like, right now anyway, you're not going to find better. I don't care if it's Sony or Samsung that makes it. That's the pinnacle of television today for our market right now as regular consumers. Now, if you're rich and you're like a CEO or something, you're in an entirely different stratosphere and you can get stuff custom made for you and live light years above the rest of the planet. That we're not talking about those people. But for people where, again, we live in reality and, you know, the rest of the community, you're not screwed over by buying an OLED. And I can tell you, I've been playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero very specifically, heavily. And I haven't had any issues whatsoever with my long playthrough sessions. I'd walk out of the room now. I just leave the TV on. I don't even turn it off. I don't even dim it. I just leave, go away for 30 minutes, come back. I don't baby this thing. I used to in the beginning, always turn the screen off, always be very careful. Now I don't care. I don't care. I'll just buy another one if it happens, is my mindset. And it doesn't happen. I literally just leave it on my PC screen. I'll leave it on the Steam shop. Yesterday I was modding Dead or Alive 6. And I'm just modding up all my files. And on the S90 and on the S95, I just left them both on, and I just went off to go run errands. And I was gone for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Come back, oh shit, the TVs are still on. And then, again, nothing happened to them. It's to the point where I use them like regular TVs, and I don't think about babying them, and it's fine. It's been fine. I know a lot of people were really afraid, and myself too, like in the beginning, I was, because I'm a fighting game fan, so I was like, well, those HUDs will burn in over time. I'm scared of that. I don't want something that's going to die on me eventually. What's the point? And I've been playing fighting game after fighting game, and I have not had a problem. Again, I'm not saying that it will never happen. It could never happen to you, because never is a definitive term. Possibility exists, and so long as the possibility exists, of course, for people, that's enough to warrant them staying away from it. But what I will tell you is, I mean, take it from the guy that has like 5 OLEDs in his home right now, man. Like, my phone's an OLED, been using that for years, S22 Ultra, no issues there, right? Early OLED technology definitely had a problem, right? But newer, I don't have any issues. Like, you know, my S6, I had burn-in on that, but I mean, when you start looking past that, and you start looking past like the B7 era, like the earlier OLEDs, right? No issues, man. And I'm here to report that because I always say if I find something different, I'll let you guys know about it. And the market keeps turning out these different alternatives to OLED, micro LED. A lot of people are excited for that, mini LED. But honestly speaking, why reinvent the wheel if the wheel is working? I don't know. And I think like the current price of the QD OLEDs are good. And the color throw is magnificent. We are getting them brighter and more colorful and keeping that, and the black levels will stay the same. At that point, we just work on processing, and we've got some great TVs that just need features at this point. You know, like I would personally love to see the HDR effect return across the board for every single television to upscale SDR to HDR and use AI to do it. I think the first brand to do that, they'll probably win the entire market because that's genius. Because while we want to talk and put so much emphasis on, oh, it doesn't have Dolby Vision, oh, it doesn't have this, the first TV manufacturer to acknowledge it doesn't have these things, but I'm going to give it support for this anyway, that's a winning mindset. I would like us to get back to a winning mindset, but in order to do that, we also have to stop being afraid of the things on the market right now. And currently, right now, I can say from experience, I'm not personally afraid of my OLED TVs. I have zero fear whatsoever. I came at it originally very fearful and very unsure because it was a very new thing to adopt, but having OLED and living with OLED every single day, it's literally exclusively the only TV I watch. I don't use LED TVs anymore. I don't. I have the Q8FN, it's in a closet. I literally just sit it there. It's a great TV. Fantastic. But I just sit it in the closet because I love my viewing angle benefits of being able to sit off at weird accesses and watch TV and wash my hands and be in the kitchen grabbing a snack, and I'm not losing any of my picture quality. I don't have that in the Q8FN. That's when blacks start to get gray and cloudy and hazy, and I just don't have patience for it anymore because I don't have to live like that. And the prices now are so similar to like the LED models that you really don't have to live like that either. I mean, look at the S90D, that S90C. Hello, these TVs are made for you. I mean, they are wonderful TVs. You got 42-inch OLEDs, again, beautiful, wonderful for those gamers who want inky deep black levels and tired of all the antics of the monitor community. I get you, the manufacturers are tripping, but OLED is not the risk that it used to be. And as time goes on, they do find new ways to make it more efficient, and their sealing methods, the encapsulation methods, and everything in English breaks down to more reliable for you. And now is the best time to buy a QD OLED, in my personal opinion, because they have great ones at great prices with great brightness. I'm sorry, you're never going to look at a 1500 nit, 2000 nit television and be like, I mean, it's a little brighter, it's okay. You're going to look at it and go, no, that's a bright TV, that's fantastic, that's more than enough for me, and then the colors are going to be to die for. If you look at something like the S95D, for example, the TV is just going to be to die for. S90D, to die for, really. Beautiful quality. I didn't expect that out of it, and I can safely say this, you will be in for a treat for years to come. You will see more examples as to what I've shown, like I've been showing in and out of this video. You've been seeing various amounts of different gaming examples because that's what I do on the thing, and hopefully this can help you guys see that it's not a risk. This, by the way, the gaming footage that you've watched kind of interspliced in my video has been really just me doing a solid gaming session without any babying whatsoever too, so do keep that in mind as well. Like, it's a very real thing that I'm doing here, the everyday use and living with my OLED. But that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.